We have a trader who turned just $25,000 into $453,000 in 1 month. Someone lost more than $300,000 in the past year, and we have a trader who secured 342 years worth of capital loss carryover. And we are starting off with an insane gain by this Hornet 920. As we can see, just in the past month he's up by more than 1600% or $426,984.66. He got his account all the way up from just around $25,000 to $453,508.70. This gain is just insane. He was making more than 14k every day or $590 per hour. And looking at the chart, we can see that his account didn't really increase in value until the other half of the month, and after that spike it consistently grew. He's up by so much because he had puts during the rate hikes and got lucky when AMD gave guidance of revenue miss. Since then he's just been buying puts if it's weak in relation to QQQ and calls if it's strong. He did that until last week when he switched to calls and shares, and his last play was 50 sales of AMD call options, which means he makes money if the option drops in value. The calls had a striking price at $59 and an expiration date on October 21st, and like he said, he also bought around 5,000 shares of AMD. He makes 70k a year and his parents are far from wealthy, so huge respects to him for making this insane gain. And if you're not already subscribed, it would mean a ton to me if you just press that button. It's free and you'll help me out a lot at reaching my goal of 300 subscribers. Thank you. Next up we have an insane loss by DMSTLSDHKD. 99.91% loss in stock market. J-Pow can suck my rod. As we can see, he's down by 99.91% or $115,190.69, and is left with just $105.93. And he lost so much because he bought options. Overnight, 1 day till expiry options. I can't think of a better way to gamble away your fortune. And because he isn't saving up till millionaire, he's going to give it another shot till he makes it. Well, if he sticks to his genius trading strategy where he looks at the stars and if he sees a pattern he either buys calls or puts, I think he might just have a shot at reaching his goal of $1 million. Anyway, next up we have a huge gain by Uric. And if you don't remember, this guy YOLO'd it all and made his 4-year salary in just 4 hours, and now he's back with another gain. He sold at open, and apparently inverse WallStreetBets really does work. As we can see, he's up by 45% or $34,650, and he's up by so much because he bought 105 Tesla put options with a striking price at $215 and an expiration date on October the 21st. So this is where the 50k Tesla guy's money went. And this comment brings us to the next huge loss. Trader by the name of JMaldana7 decided to YOLO 50k on Tesla earnings. As we can see, he bought 45 Tesla call options with a striking price at $217.50 and an expiration date on October the 21st. He's 27, from immigrant parents, and is a process safety engineer in ammonia production. He makes 130k a year plus bonus, and he just had 50k to spare. It's just money, he's 27 and can make more. And after he lost around $40,000, he deleted Robinhood and wanted to play Snap earnings with whatever was left. He luckily didn't, because he would have gotten calls, and well, Snap dropped by around 30% after earnings. Instead, he bought 20 AXP put options with a striking price at $145 and an expiration date on October the 21st. He can't be wrong back to back, right? 9k YOLO on AXP, cause I mean, I have to at least try to get back my 50k or lose it all, right? Probability of me being wrong twice has got to be low, really low. Feel free to bet against me though. Speaking like a true WallStreetBets trader. And he was actually right. American Express reported bad earnings and his stock dropped, which made his puts print. As we can see, he's up around 137% or 11.8k in total, and he luckily already sold and secured his gains. So now he's down by just around 30 40k. I wonder if he'll continue trying to make back his $50,000. Anyway, next we have a huge loss by We Live in a Society. Am I screwed or am I screwed? As we can see, he's down by around 84% or $36,400, and he's down by so much because on October the 21st he bought 200 SPY put options with the striking price at $362 and an expiration date on October the 24th. Damn, he truly is unlucky. SPY was green only 6 times in October, and he picked the day when SPY rallied by more than 2%. And the worst part about it is that he's down by 80k in the past year. But hey, he didn't sell, so if something extremely bad happens over the weekend and SPY tanks on Monday, he could maybe get to break even. Next we have a huge gain by Rayblox 1995. Snap paid off his car, and as we can see, he's up by more than 300% or $15,405 in total. And he's up by so much because he bought a lot of Snap put options. 20 put options with a striking price at $10.50, 5 puts with a striking price at $9, 25 puts with a striking price at $9.50, and 50 puts with a striking price at $10. And all of them expired on October 21st. He ended up selling them for 16k of profit. If he timed it perfectly, he could have made 21k, but he was already pretty over leveraged, so he was just trying to dump everything ASAP. His next play is Coca-Cola calls that he plans to buy on Monday and hold through earnings. And he had a bad 2020, so this gain is actually tax-free. Speaking of bad years and capital loss carryover brings us to this next huge loss by DX75 Dave. 342 years worth of capital loss carryover. As we can see, he lost $1,028,706 in 2021. He would be limited to 3k per year, but that is assuming he won't make any capital gains. And luckily he already has more than $2 million in capital gains in 2022, so it's going to work out, which means this whole post is honestly bull. Anyway, next up we have an actual huge loss by OK Body Sure. 300k year-to-date loss. JPO ain't no friend of mine. As we can see, he's down by 66% or $309,057.40 in total, and he's left with around 150k, and his chart is just slowly bleeding out. He's down by so much because he bought options on Roku, Shopify, Fubo and AMC. Hopefully he'll change his strategy because otherwise he'll lose the rest of his money. And next we have a huge gain by Cleveland 17. Short Team Apple. Thanks for the watch. As we can see, in the past 2 months he's up by more than 140% or $190,140.59. He's up by so much because he bought 360 Apple put options with a striking price at $140 and an expiration date on January the 20th of 2023. He's extremely bearish, however he would like to exit his current position or set a stop loss before earnings. Nice watch by the way. Anyway, next up we have a huge loss by Benjamin Hagan. So far so good. Year to date he's down by 73% or $153,349.09 and is left with a little more than 55k. His chart starts by falling quite fast in the first half, then it looks like he started to recover, but then it inevitably drops back down. He was mainly running PCCs on Amazon and Google, leveraged of course. Then the long calls turned into during downturn, leaving him unable to sell covered calls. Now he just has some Microsoft left and Zuckerberg meta trash. Damn, feels bad. Next up we have another huge loss by Paul Clemens. I think this is it. My life savings pretty much. As we can see, he lost 87% of his money or $5,132.92 and is left with just $701.19. And to be honest, at the start he was quite successful. Then his account dropped a little, but he was able to get it in profit once again. But then it unfortunately just bled out. And on top of that, it looks like he got margin called. He lost his savings on good stocks mostly, but he also invested in Tesla and volatile stocks. Margin calls liquidated everything, so it just kept going down. He's just 18 and his net worth was around 15k before a bunch of stuff in his life and stocks. So he has a lot of time to recover his losses. It was your life savings. Great reminder, kind stranger. If it makes you feel better, you were already poor, so this shouldn't be much of a shock. And last but not least, we have a huge loss by Civil Judgment 6796. Friend advised me options is the only way to grow your money in a bear market. As you can see, he's down by 45% or $10,007.58 and he's left with around 12k. And his chart looks so sad. His account value was just constantly falling. I thought I was stagnant and losing money to inflation, so took his advice. I'm not stagnant anymore. Friend is correct, but forgot to mention that you need to focus on the two rules for options. Only buy puts for stocks whose price is going down, and only buy calls for stocks whose price is going up. If you stick to these two rules, you'll be fine. He did mention that, but he didn't mention about being careful of timelines for options. I didn't sell when I was in some profits and then let my options expire worthless. Hopefully he learned from his mistakes and can start his U-turn. If you want to see how this trader made $100,000 in just 90 minutes, click on the video that just popped up. And if that is not enough, smash the subscribe button as you'll help me out a lot in reaching my goal of 300 subscribers by the end of this month. If you have any questions or recommendations, leave them in the comments down below, and thanks for watching.